Ndị Igbo mụrụ ụzọ mụọ ọzọ ekelekwa m unu. I greet every one of you. In this program, the language will be combined. Anyị ma na enwere ndị na-ana Igbo, makwa na enwere ụfọdụ ụmụnne anyị ndị na-ada anụkem Igbo. Mana ibe anyị eme bụ na ka anyị na-ekwu nke a, anyị na-ekwutukwa nke ọzọ na-ebubata ya ka o wee daba. Igbo nwere ọgbọ na-eji elu ọkpụkpụ, gekwanụ m ntị. Na-enwe ka ife ga-esi mekata abịa jụbasị kedu ife na-eme anyị. Anyị ama chọpụta na enwere ka mmiri si baa n'opi ụgbọ. What am I trying to say? Igbos, as Igbos, we have worldview, we have philosophy, we have the way we think, we have the way we reason. But some years back, there are ways that people see us. Nobody see us as that anymore. Because I have to be Ifedeji Marani. If I bere ebe ịkọwara unu bụ unu mara na enwere njirimara ndị Igbo ka ndị Igbo si eme ife. When you talk about Igbo philosophy, people will be expecting us to talk about ontology, cosmology, and all that. We are not Greeks, but we are focusing on the worldview of a typical Igbo man. Abụ na ị na-ege ntị ndị Igbo na-ekwu okwu dịka ndị mbụ bụrụ egwu si gwu egwu, you hear things like Ibe Ezimako. What are we really talking about when we say Ibe Ezimako? We are talking about learning process that passes through from generation to generation. In Igbo land, we don't just allow our knowledgeable ones to die with their knowledge. We have a way of transferring these things so that from generation to generation, the whole knowledge will remain. If you look at the Igbo apprenticeship system, what do you think is actually happening there? That is a typical nature of the Ibe Ezimako philosophy we are talking about. A man will wake up from his village, meets his uncle may take him to Aba, or Onitsha, Nnewi, Olu, Owerri, and he will serve this man for close to 6 to 7 years. After that, he will be settled. And records have it that this particular system has produced more millionaires than most universities in the world. That is Ibe Ezimako. We don't just stay, after the Civil War, the Igbos became more wiser. I think we lost a lot during the war, but after the war, I think it opened a new horizon of ideas. It became a paradigm shift to our ways of, survival. Ndị Igbo ebido na-agbasa na-ebute ife wee mara ka a ga-esi mee ka obodo wee dị mma. Ndị Igbo amara ife a na-akpọ onye aghara nwanne ya, which is another Igbo philosophy and another worldview. Anyị na-ekwu maka onye aghara nwanne ya, anaghị akọ na onye pụta ịkpọrọ nwanne gị n'azụ ma a na-aga ịkpọrọ ya n'isi ma ọ bụrụ. That's not what we are talking about. We are talking about you seeing what is good and introducing it to your brothers and sisters. Onye aghara nwanne ya is a very strong philosophy that is even more older than most Igbos. In fact, onye aghara nwanne ya is part of ordinary Igbo. If I must explain it very clearly, listen very well. When you are talking about onye aghara nwanne ya, you remove every iota of selfishness. You remove every atom of self-centeredness. You have this altruistic spirit that calls for whole and not I. A typical Igbo man does not have this philosophy of I and I. It is always we and we. If you can reason properly, think about the ancient nature of the Igbos, you can hardly see an Igbo man that died without a child. That doesn't mean that we are not impotent people there. That doesn't mean that we are not barren people then. Mana ndị Igbo bụ ndị na-eme ife mebe nwanne fa aba n'ime egbu izu. Agba izu Igbo si n'izu kama na nnedi. Ọkwa another philosophy mana ka arapụ kene nke ahụ. Agba izu anwa. Ihe afụkwa ka a esi were akwụkwọ ede nke ndị be anyị na-akpọ mpete ede. Just the leaf of the cocoyam. They will construct a drum with it. Listen, when you see the leaf of the cocoyam, it's very delicate. When someone constructs a drum with it and asks you not to break it, it means that that particular secret is very delicate that you should never reveal it. When they do such, a member of that family could be selected to help continue the offspring or the lineage of the brother, and nobody will leak that secret. It will remain like that. The man will not die like that. The man will have offspring that will answer his name. I'm just giving you an example of Onyaga. There are many things the Igbos are known for. Unfortunately, some of us, probably due to unnecessary learning process or unnecessary learning process, we have decided to eschew what we are known for, and we have decided to become more Americans than Americans, we become more Romans than Romans, we become more Europeans than Europeans. When are we going to become Igbos? I am not suggesting we should be Africans. Rather, let's become Igbos, because I do not know what other Africans think. I am talking about Igbos. Let's be Igbo-centric. Let's be Igbo in nature. Let's go back to our root, but not to the evil roots that some people are projecting online. We are talking about returning to ordinana, which is the law of nature that guides all of us. Ndewonu, kaina agakwana. That's one way.